Too much stuff in your home. This next story may help you consider cleaning it up. After a dangerous fire at a West Omaha home, experts warn clutter can make putting flames out more difficult for their crews.
Our Johan Marin is first alerting you to the dangers tonight.
On a bitter cold Tuesday evening, Omaha fire crews responded to a West Omaha home up in flames.
The inside of this house is a hoarder house. I'd recommend we keep everyone out if we can.
It took crews a couple of hours to put the fire out because of the clutter inside. Trevor Towie with the Omaha Fires Association says hoarding situations can increase risk for crews and anyone inside.
If there's people trapped inside a home and it's hard for firefighters to access them, it could take us additional time to reach those victims and to remove them from the dangers.
Towie says with clutter, it's harder to tell what items are flammable, which can create a bigger risk to your home.
My advice would be, keep your house organized and clean the best you can. I know that's not always easy for everybody to do.
If cleaning your home is difficult, Towie says to reach out to friends or other family for help. There are also local organizations that take care of hoarder problems. In Omaha, I'm Johan Marin, First Alert 6.
Omaha fire crews say more than $100,000 worth of damage was done to the West Omaha home. The cause of the blaze is still under investigation, and fortunately, no one